Hi coaches, welcome to this whiteboard segment for the intro to Minihoops. First of all, before we start on the whiteboard segment, thank you very much for volunteering to coach in the Minihoops and the GBL. We appreciate your time and effort, and we think it'll be a very rewarding experience for you, and we're very, very happy that you're part of the league. Just a couple bullet points here that we want to discuss with regard to Minihoops. When you're going about your practices, and when you first walk in a gym, believe me, it will be chaos. It's not going to seem like chaos. It will be chaos. Trying to corral these little people and to have them do what you want them to do can be kind of a daunting task, especially if you've never coached a team sport before, if you've never coached in a league or anything like that. But I think with a couple things here that we discussed, I think you'll find it very easy as time goes along, and it'll be very, very organized as you get into the league. Keep it moving. What that means is, don't ever have kids standing in line for more than 20 seconds. You got to keep the drills moving, the passing drills, the shooting drills, the dribbling drills. As long as they're active and getting ball touches and moving around, it's going to be great for everybody. When kids start to stand still, they do things with the ball that they shouldn't. They will not pay attention. Remember, we're talking about kindergartners, first graders, and second graders. Their attention span is literally 5 seconds. And in a gym with a lot of activity and a lot of things going on around them, it may be more like 3 seconds. So if you keep things moving and keep them active, they're going to engage with you a lot more than if they're standing in a line of 6 or 7, waiting for their turn to practice shooting, 4 shots. It's just not going to work. Along those same lines, you do, they copy. So with respect to shooting, you don't have to get into the aspects of, elbow in, shooting, pocket, wrist snap. They won't remember or maybe be able to do any of that or comprehend it in the first place. So when we say you do, they copy, what that means is you say, all right, we're going to work on shooting. Do this, and just shoot. Even if you've never shot before, you're going to have a low rim. If you have some semblance of basketball and know how to put the ball in the basket in some way, shape, or form, you'll be fine. They'll try to do it, which will be great. Again, don't explain to them much of anything. Maybe bend your knees, shoot high. The things that will maybe make sense, again, to a kindergartner, 5, 6, or 7-year-old. They're not really going to get much more than very, very simple directives. Safety, which I have in parentheses out here, passing. You have to understand, again, by you doing and they copy and safety, these kids may have never played a sport before. They might not have any hand-eye coordination, and you have to assume that your players have 0. So everything that you do, you'll have to assume, with passing, for instance, you might want to start out with just a simple bounce pass where they're just a little bit away from each other, and then gradually move back, but just say, okay, just bounce it and try to have him catch it or her catch it. If you start throwing chest passes really hard to each other, there's going to be one kid who's going to be really good and one kid who's never played before, and they're going to get hit in the face, and it's going to be a problem. So safety in that regard is crucial when you're doing drills. And if the kids are not engaged in the drills and are standing in line, you have to keep an eye on them to make sure that they're not using the basketball as a weapon to try to either throw at somebody's face or, try to play dodgeball on the side or something like that. Again, try to keep things moving, try to keep everything within, a pretty good, safety parameter. You're going to probably have a lot of help. You have at least 2 or 3 other parents out there with you, which would be great. But again, keeping an eye on all these things that are going on and assuming kind of worst case scenario is always a good thought. Worst case with regard to safety, I mean, not necessarily with regard to the basketball end of it, which you'll see improvement. You'll see improvement dramatically as you keep doing things. The more kids touch the ball, especially at a young age, you'll see kids start to automatically kind of bend their knees. They'll shoot high. They'll really want to try to do it, especially if you make it fun for them, which is really the key to the whole GBL Minihoops foundation. Cheer. Anything that they can do Whether it's run to the end of the line, whether they catch it, encourage them. Encourage them. Great job, nice going. Do that again. Do that same thing again. Try it again, even if they miss it. Hey, you tried really hard. That's a good job. Go get the ball, run back here, let's try it again. By encouraging them, even with your tone of voice and making it fun for them, they will come back and they will improve, and they will talk about it all week. They can't wait to get there. And again, that's the key of the entire Minihoops program. Keeping all these things in mind is going to be really hard, especially if you've never maybe coached before or dealt with large groups of kids in a gym that's going to be chaotic. At least the first couple weeks, if you can do a few of these things, maybe one or two, keep it moving. You try to do it. They copy what you do. Keep it safe. Keep it safe all the time with the kind of drills that you do, and again, encourage the other parents to also kind of be the police monitors with you, to try to keep an eye on everybody to make sure everybody's safe and doing what they're supposed to do. And even the parents that are there coaching with you, have them encourage. And once they see you doing it, then they'll follow suit. If you don't say much, then most people may not say much either. But the more that everybody's involved in things, with the drills that you're doing, and you get encouragement and you're having fun, that's what it's going to be all about. I think you'll have a great time with it.